Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cook. Hope you and your family are doing perfectly well. So this video is also part of our Onam series. So what we'll be cooking today is a dish that is a part of the Onam Sadya. So we will be making Inji curry, or also called as Inji Puli. So let's go and see the ingredients required and the process of making a delicious Inji curry. The ingredients that we'll be using to make our Inji curry or Inji Puli are these. So I had about 500 grams of ginger that I have roughly chopped into pieces like this. So this is after cleaning, say about 350 grams of ginger, 350 to 400 grams of ginger post cleaning it. You could also slice it into thin slices, or also grind into a paste and make the Inji curry. So this is something that I've selected for this particular video because I personally like this, and it tastes a lot better because you get to bite into something with your curry. And we have tamarind. Take a tamarind of the size of a lime or lemon. It was soaked in hot or warm water, and I have squeezed out this water of the tamarind. And we have about 7 to 8 green chilies that I have roughly chopped, and I have about half a cup of coconut roughly chopped, and we have about 50 to 60 grams of jaggery, or you could say half a cup of jaggery, and I also have a few curry leaves. So we will also be using some powdered spices, which is turmeric, and I have red chili powder, I have fenugreek powder, and a little bit of asafoetida or hing. And we will also be using some amount of salt, and I will use coconut oil for this because we'll be frying most of these ingredients before we proceed to cook them. So now let's go and see the process of making our Inji curry. So to get started with making our Inji curry, I have a kadai on the stove into which I will pour in sufficient coconut oil to fry all of this. Once the oil is hot, we can start adding our ginger into it. Ensure your stove is at a medium heat while you're frying the ginger, because we want it to be completely fried, something like the dark golden color. And if you keep it at a high flame, what would happen is the ginger would burn instantly but not completely roast. So you'll have the raw taste of the ginger on the inside part of it. So you can now see that our ginger is perfectly cooked and all the moisture in it is over. So we can take it out of the oil. So this is the final ginger that we have, which is nicely roasted in coconut oil, and it is very flavorsome right now. So now we can proceed to fry the other ingredients. So I will start with green chilies. So this is about 7 to 8 green chilies, and to this we will add few curry leaves. Once your chilies and curry leaves have got a mild roast, you can take them off the oil. So now that my green chilies and curry leaves are ready, so my curry leaves are in a light crispy texture right now. So that is when you will take them off the oil. And now we can proceed to frying our coconuts. So I have about half cup of coconut that I'll be roasting. Our coconuts have now turned nice and golden, so I will take it off the oil. Now that we are done with all of our frying or roasting work, I will set this kadai aside. Do not throw or waste this oil, we will have to use it towards the end. And I will bring in my favorite vessel, which is a clay pot. So into the pot I will put in the ginger that we had fried and the coconuts. No additional oil is required in this because the ginger and coconut already was fried in oil, and there would be a little bit of oil from that. So all I'm doing is getting up the heat, and then we will have to add our powdered spices. Once it is hot, I will add about 2 tablespoons of red chili powder. This is Kashmiri red chili powder. So it will give that strong orange color that you would want for the Inji curry or Inji Puli. To this I'll add about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of uluva or fenugreek powder. To this we can add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt or as per your taste. After you have mixed all the powdered spices, we will now pour in our tamarind. So I had soaked the tamarind in about 1.5 cup of water, and that entire water has been poured here. We might require a little more water eventually, but now we will first let this boil. Once the water starts boiling, we will add our jaggery. So this is about 50 to 60 grams of jaggery that I'm adding into this. After the jaggery has melted or diluted into the water, we will add our green chilies and curry leaf that we had fried and set aside. And after the green chilies and curry leaves have gone in, we'll add about half a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida. Our Inji curry has now reached the consistency that we would want, which is creamy and thick. So this is served as a pickle along with the sadhya. So I have turned off the stove, but there is one more step that we have to perform to complete the Inji curry. So for that I will set aside this pot. So now I have my kadai back in which we had initially fried our ingredients. I took off all the oil and I have about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of oil in this. Once the oil is hot, I will put in about half a teaspoon of mustard seeds and a little bit of fenugreek. And once the mustard and fenugreek start to splutter, I will add a little bit of curry leaf. So our seasoning or tadka is now ready. I now have my pot back and we can pour the seasoning into the Inji curry. So after you mix the tadka or the seasoning into the Inji curry, our Inji curry is now ready to be served. Our Inji curry is now ready. So it has a nice and creamy texture to it, along with the bite of the coconut and ginger. So this is something that you can enjoy as a pickle or a pickle kind of dish with your sadhya. So do try it at home and let us know what you feel about this recipe. Wishing you a happy Onam season. Thank you so much for watching and have an awesome day.